The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Olukayode Ariwoola, has summoned the chief judges of the Federal High Court and the Kano State over conflicting orders issued by the courts in Kano on the Emirate Tussle in the city. The Director of Information of the National Judicial Council, Soji Oye, confirmed the invitation to newsmen on Wednesday in Abuja. Also, the Nigerian Bar Association demanded an investigation into the conflicting court orders on the Kano Emirate throne tussle between the reinstated Emir, Muhammadu Sanusi, and Adu Bayero, who was deposed by the Kano State Governor, Abba Yusuf, last week. The NBA president, Yakubu Maikyau, called on the respective heads of the courts to investigate the judges' conduct and report their findings to the NJC for necessary actions. Worried by the tension created by the judicial rulings, the Kano State government has banned protests and public gatherings related to the Emirate Tussle. In the aftermath of the removal of Bayero and the four emirs of Bichi, Reno, Gaya, and Kare, for contrary rulings had been handed down by 3 judges. On the day of Sanusi's reappointment, Justice Muhammad Lyman of the Federal High Court, Kano, restrained the Kano State government from implementing the new emirate law. Governor Yusuf, however, rejected the court order, arguing that the judge who issued it was in the United States at the time. On Monday, Justice Amina Aliyu of the Kano State High Court issued an order restraining Bayero from parading himself as the Emir of Kano pending the determination of a suit instituted by the Attorney General of Kano State, Speaker House of Assembly and Kano State House of Assembly. The judge also restrained the 4 other dethroned emirs of Bichi, Reno, Gaya, and Kare from parading themselves as emirs pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice filed by the applicants. The judge gave the order after hearing an ex parte application dated May 27, 2004, filed by Ibrahim Wangida, the counsel to the applicants. 24 hours later, Justice S. Amabita of the Federal High Court and Justice Aliyu issued 2 contradictory orders on the same Kano Emirate tussle. Amabita ordered the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Igbedekan, and the Kano State Commissioner of Police, Hussein Gimel, to ensure that all rights and privileges of an emir were given Bayero. Furthermore, he ordered the eviction of the reinstated emir, Sanusi II, from the Jaidan Rumfa Palace. Aliyu, on the other hand, restrained the police, the Department of State Services, and the Nigerian Army from evicting Sanusi from the palace. The judge barred the respondents from attempting to hijack the symbols of authority meant for the Emir of Kano pending the determination of the suit. The judge gave the interim order in a case filed by Sanusi and 4 Kano kingmakers. The respondents include the Kano CP, the IG, the Director of DSS, the Chief of Defense Staff, and Bayero. The Director of Information of the NJC, Soji Oye, on Wednesday in Abuja confirmed the invitation of the chief judges. Giving details of the invitation, a senior official, who spoke in confidence because he was not authorized to disclose the matter to the media, said, "It's not going to be an immediate thing. It will take some time because there is a process to it. The Chief Justice cannot act alone or carry out disciplinary action on the judges all by himself. The Council will set up a committee to investigate the judges. If found guilty, the committee will come up with sanctions to be meted out to them." NBA demands probe. But in a statement on Wednesday, the NBA president, Maikyau, SAN, frowned on the embarrassing conduct by the council and judges involved in the cases. He stressed the need for an urgent review of the actions of the judicial officials. He said, "I must say, without any equivocation, that the conducts of counsel and the courts in the handling of the proceedings which culminated in the orders issued by the Federal High Court, the Kano State High Court, and again the Federal High Court, in the circus, have brought utter disgrace and shame to the profession and have exposed the entire legal profession in Nigeria to public ridicule and opprobrium. The damage would take the legal profession a long time to recover from. It is unfortunate and was uncalled for. For a country whose legal resources and expertise have for several decades been exported and positively impacted not only the African continent, but the world at large, it is completely unacceptable that the processes of our courts would be deployed in the manner we have witnessed in the last couple of days, on a subject matter that is as clear as chieftaincy dispute. This is a subject that has been sufficiently dealt with by legislation and case law, leaving no one confused about the jurisprudence on the subject, procedural and substantive. Continuing, he noted, without prejudice to the subsisting actions before both the Federal High Court and the Kano State High Court, it is my considered view that there is an urgent need to scrutinize the professional conduct of both counsel and the judges involved in these matters. This is to enable the relevant bodies or institutions to determine their culpability or otherwise, from an ethical and professional standpoint. I, therefore, call on the respective heads of the courts of the judges concerned to take immediate steps to look into their conduct with the view to finding any possible abuse of their judicial offices and file a report with the National Judicial Council for necessary action. The NBA, on the other hand, will investigate the conduct of the counsel involved in these cases and shall not hesitate to commence disciplinary action against them before the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee, should there be any finding of alleged professional misconduct against them. The chairman of the NBA Ethics and Disciplinary Committee has accordingly been directed to invite these counsel for preliminary investigations. While the NBA shall continue to stand for and protect the integrity, welfare, and independence of the bar and the judiciary, we shall not hesitate to call out any judge or counsel who engages in any conduct capable of bringing the legal profession to disrepute. Meanwhile, the Kano State government has banned all public gatherings or protests within the state. The government warned that any individuals involved in any form of protests would be promptly apprehended. This was contained in a statement by the governor's spokesperson, Sanusi Tofa, on Wednesday. It read, "Under his position, the governor has directed the police, the Director of State Security Services, and the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps to apprehend, detain, and prosecute any individual or group partaking in demonstrations on the streets of Kano." This decisive action is a preemptive strategy aimed at averting any potential breakdown of law and order orchestrated by adversaries of the state. We are privy to credible intelligence indicating that certain prominent figures from the opposition party in Kano have devised plans to sponsor student associations and political agitators from other northwestern states to incite chaos under the guise of advocating for the dethroned Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero. Through this declaration, we caution student groups against being manipulated by troublemakers who are resolute in fomenting disorder in Kano. The government urged all citizens of the state to go about their normal activities. The government will persist in vigilant oversight of the situation to promptly address any individuals or factions trying to undermine the relative peace that the state presently enjoys, the statement added. The police in the state confirmed that they will enforce the embargo on protests, even as they threatened to prosecute any person found violating the directive. The police public relations officer, Abdullahi Haruna, explained in a statement that armed personnel had been deployed in all identified flashpoints within and outside the metropolis to forestall any breach of public order. In the same vein, the police command has placed its fully equipped, and motivated personnel on red alert to ruthlessly deal with the situation, as any form of security threats in the state would not be tolerated. On this note, the Commissioner of Police, Kano State Command, Muhammad Gimel, calls on the law-abiding people of the state to remain patriotic, obey the Kano State government order, maintain calmness, and avoid any other form of unlawful activities that may trigger violence, Haruna said in the statement. He further disclosed that the Joint Security Forces have been dispatched to strategic locations to safeguard the peace and order throughout the state. In a new development, the people of Bichi, one of the 5 emirates dissolved by the new law promulgated by the Kano State House of Assembly, have vowed to resist the appointment of district heads by the state government. They sued for the immediate reversal of the new emirate law. Bichi Emirate. The secretary of the Bichi Emirate Development Association, Bello Bichi, made the stand of the people known at a press conference on Wednesday. He said his people have vowed not to accept any arrangement other than the reversal of the new law. Bichi said the creation of the 5 emirates by the former administration of Abdullahi Ganjuj brought development to their area. Bichi Emirate has witnessed tremendous development in the areas of healthcare, education, economy, agriculture, and road infrastructure. Since the establishment of Bichi Emirate, over 3,000 youths have been employed. We also have witnessed even development in different areas. We have seen development projects springing up in the emirate in the area of health, education, economy, and road infrastructure. That is why we have vehemently rejected this law and will continue to fight it, the secretary said. He also listed some cultural developments that the emirate had recorded, such as moon sightings and Salah Durbar. Before the establishment of the Bichi Emirate, traditional title holders, imams, and ulamas had to travel to Kano to give information on moon sightings. Also during Salar, we had to transport our horses to Kano for Salah Durbar. But after the establishment of the emirate, everything had become closer to us. So, dissolving the emirate is something unacceptable to us, he insisted. He warned that the people of Bichi Emirate would resist any move by the state government to impose a second-class emir or a district head on the Bichi people. He said the people in the 19 local government areas under the Bichi Emirate have rejected the new law and would not obey it. The chairman of the association, Aminu Bichi, urged the relevant authorities to intervene and compel the Kano State House of Assembly to reverse the law. Abdulrahman described the scrapping of the 5 emirates as unwise and selfish, calling on the state government to immediately reverse the law.
Thank you for joining us on TVC News this hour, and we're monitoring developments in Kano State after the reinstatement of Muhammad Sanusi II as the Emir of Kano. The Commissioner of Police insisted that it will act in accordance with the court order, requesting that all sides to maintain status quo. On TVC News senior reporter Ibrahim Isa reports that currently the 2 emirs are laying claim to the traditional stool in the ancient northern city.
It's the wee hours of Saturday. Governor Abba Yusuf, his deputy Aminu Abdusalam, and the Speaker of the Kano State House of Assembly escorted the 16th Emir Muhammad Sanusi II to the palace. The delegation were ushered into one of the palaces at the Emirate by Emir Sanusi. The Emir, while interacting with journalists, expressed joy for the support and prayers given to him by many that saw his return to the throne.
As you know, I was appointed the 14th Emir of the single Emirate of Kano in June 2014. And now I'm reappointed as the Emir of the single Emirate of Kano.
Emir Sanusi toured the palace with the delegation. A few hours after Emir Sanusi came to the palace, the 15th Emir, Aminu Bayero, touched down at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport. The 15th Emir moved to the palace at Nasarawa GRA in company of security operatives and a cheering crowd of supporters. Arrival of the 15th Emir prompted the Deputy Governor of Kano, Aminu Abdusalam, in the heat of the confusion to make some allegations.
Nobody is vacating anywhere, and we are being told that they are going to use force to come in and remove the new Emir and brought back the former Emir. That will be resisted vehemently.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press.
But the police, the military, and other security agents while addressing newsmen at the Kano Command Headquarters, assured that the court order asking the parties to maintain status quo will be obeyed.
The police command is expressly obeying the court order with suit number FHC/KN/CS/182/2024 dated 23rd May 2024, issued by the Federal High Court sitting in Kano alongside all law enforcement agents in the state.
The 15th Emir, while addressing his supporters, calls for calm in the state.
Thanks for tuning in to Smart Okason TV show. Keep exploring, stay curious, and never stop getting the latest information happening around. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share to keep the intellect flowing. Until next time, keep sharpening and be smart.